Is this video for sailing and entertainment purposes only? You're dang skippy it is.
What advice would you give Amber's future girlfriend? Simple. Just don't go there. She would use washcloths to wipe. She would set them on the corner of the sink, and then she would throw them away. Our roommates started to notice that their late mother's washcloths were disappearing. And they confronted her about it, and she wanted me to lie to them for her, but I didn't. Buying more washcloths for herself, and instead of throwing them away, she had me wash them in the sink and then put them in the washer. And in between the bucket baths, she just didn't shower.
Lynn did not shower the whole time we were at my mom.
Hello, everybody. In today's video, we're talking about Amber's new members only live stream. Before we get started, I just wanted to make a very brief announcement. I know some of you want a washcloth. Have you ever wanted to purchase yourself a washcloth to help you in the lavatory or to help you in any type of manner? Well, now you can. No, I'm not joking. I actually have an affiliate link for a washcloth. Why not? Hey, if other people could buy them, why can't you? Do you need to get some new washcloths? Here's my affiliate link to get one. Let me know when it ships so I can be excited for you. Clearly, everything I am saying is just for entertainment purposes only. It is not meant to be taken seriously whatsoever. I am sharing my own opinions, not facts, and publicly accessible information, first made public by public figures. Please don't go to their channels. Please don't leave mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. Sharing opinions, not facts, entertainment purposes only. Okay, so here is like the significant portion of her live stream that I think the majority of you would be interested in, because her live stream kept going down. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. It's a very inappropriate live stream because she put zero effort into it. She keeps going back and forth online. This is not how you live stream, Amber. Okay, so she does this game where she either takes a drink of water, of course, or tells the truth, and it's like a rapid fire like question situation type nightmare. The majority of the live stream, she's crying over her recent ex and does admit in this game that she has been lying for months and did not really break up with her recent ex, right? Like she claims she did. So all those videos, how disrespectful. All those videos that Amber did crying and saying that my heart is broken, I've been broken up with, were lies. I told you that she was lying. I told you that she's not spiraling enough and she's very, very happy in all her live streams. And that was all an act. So all these videos that her heart was broken was an act. How do people pay for this? She's been lying to you for months and she admits it, refuses to say when they broke up. Yes, she's been lying to you for months. All her YouTube videos were lies. She didn't actually break up with Tommy. Tommy only broke up with her recently. Great. So she gets asked the proverbial question of, when did you really break up with Tommy? And she chooses not to answer that, and because she's a pathological liar. So the reason that she chooses not to answer that, it has recently been revealed that her and Tommy didn't actually break up until now. That whole thing was a ruse. You are a pathological liar. You and your current ex, like, honestly, I'm not invested. I'm not interested. Nobody cares, okay? So she's been lying to you for months on end. This is the third time that she's lied, right? First, she lied she was in a relationship she wasn't. Okay. She was still talking to Valentine/Erica. Then the first fake breakup, and then they were still together. Then the second fake breakup, I knew that she was still talking to her. And by the way, this is my personal opinion. I believe that she is clearly talking to multiple women right now because she continues to go on her MacBook and text. She spends a very large amount of time crying over her current ex, right? Crying and laughing, goes between crying and laughing, very sad over her current ex, and basically pretty much admits that she's been lying and she only freshly now recently broke up, not a few months ago, like she said. This is why you will continue to have a terrible relationship with your audience, because you lie all the time. She gets asked, did you take down the subreddit? She says, no, I don't believe you. Her subreddits were taken down coincidentally when she had a lot of time on her hands and wasn't leaving her apartment. Yeah, right. She gets asked, do you have any career plans after YouTube? She says, no. And the world breathes a sigh of relief. Yeah, like nobody saw that coming. No effort into this job, no effort into these live streams, but no plans after. Hans Christian Amberlynn, everybody. Gets asked, do you ever think, quote, that Beck would turn out this way? No. Beck turned out fantastic, phenomenal, has a loving partner, has a job, and has the support of the community. And you have your MacBook. would you answer a call from your current ex? She says yes. She claims she would not interact with that guy that she had the phone call with. At this point, this is my opinion. Amberlynn would interact with literally anyone that wanted to interact with her. If you send a Kermit, she'd interact with a Kermit. Amber's just desperate to be accepted online. And she keeps saying, oh, I'm going to be single forever. Who are you talking to on your laptop, on your phone? If it's not your current ex, who is it? She's already involved in multiple situation type nightmares. So she gets asked, why did you stay with Beck for years? She said she cared about them and was afraid to be alone. The reason that Amber even gets into relationships is because she's afraid to be alone. Never ever let your fear of being alone override your common sense of who you should be with. The real question is not why you stayed with Beck. Why did they stay with you? Because you provided an unsafe, tormenting environment where you forced them to help you in the lavatory and you stole their friend's late mother's rags. Please stop, okay? Have you ever thought about doing OF? She says yes. She gets asked, what is the best thing that like your current ex did for you? And she literally says, well, she took me to the Billie Eilish concert. I really hope that her current ex is listening. That's all she thought about you. You were good enough to take her to the Billie Eilish concert, drive and drive. I wonder if her current ex, really, really, really regrets driving her everywhere around, like back to Oklahoma and to the Billie Eilish concert. So, Amber, how ungrateful can you be? Your current ex literally went searching for your cat and drove around for hours. Like, you gave up your cat Rarity for your current ex and it still didn't work out. Was it worth it to give up a beautiful best friend like Rarity for your ex? But it's amazing. You understand what she said here? The best thing that like her current ex ever did for her is take her to the Billie Eilish concert and not look for Rarity and not help you try to find your cat. Ungrateful. Listen, she spent more time crying about her current ex than she ever did about her cat. And that's the really sad thing. She gets asked, what's the worst breakup you've ever had? Says she doesn't really understand the question. What does that mean? Did you suddenly forget how the English language works when you've been so far amazing at it? Situation type nightmare, of course. So obviously she doesn't want to really answer any questions here. So then why are you playing the game? Okay. So then she gets asked about Beck's stepsister and the whole situation there, and she implies that it's true. She starts crying. She keeps laughing and crying. Like, then she shows us her ceiling and her MacBook over and over and over again. Honestly, get help. This is not how you were supposed to live stream for paying members. This is not your kitchen, Amber. This is a live stream that people are paying for. My ultimate least favorite part of the live stream, other than the MacBook on the ceiling and her leaving, well, actually, no, I take that back. That was good. Do it again. Was when she was asked, who is the best person, like, in certain rooms of the house? And she said her current ex and wifey. I don't really feel this is a fair question, you see, because you've tormented Beck and made it impossible for them to even come near you. So I'm just trying to understand, how can you like completely take Beck out of the running here when you made the relationship absolutely impossible to be in that way? Riveting time to be alive, eh, girls? There are various portions of the live stream in which she shames Alexis. So she talks about like the first time she met Alexis and she shames Alexis for what Alexis was wearing. People call her out on this. She laughs and laughs and laughs and says, oh, the way she explains it is, I was just surprised by it, not expecting it. No, she's shaming Alexis, and you can imagine like all the things that she's shaming Alexis for, all the things that like she doesn't want people to talk about her for. Empathy Lynn has entered the chat. I swear, Hans Christian Amberlynn is an amazing poet laureate. Anyways, so she says like all this tea about Alexis that nobody cares about. She claims, I don't know how true this is, I'm sure Alexis will respond, that when she met Alexis, listen to this, was allegedly, supposedly, in Amber's opinion, begging Amber to like get with her girlfriend. Are Amber, are you okay? And then like Amber doesn't actually say that she didn't want to. Amber says that her, at the time, girlfriend said, no, we're together and stuff like that. Like, no, I'm in a relationship. Okay. She then says, Alexis messaged her and said, like, you better stop harassing me, and then blocked Amber. Yeah, she did the right thing. And then she says that Alexis ruined everything and she will never, ever, ever talk to her again, but she did have a crush on her on and off. This is all information that no one cares about and no one believes. You were a horrible friend to her. And for you to now create this storyline that she was trying, why would Alexis want you to get with her girlfriend that she always talked so positively about online and said like how into her girlfriend she was? So yeah, that's what she says, that Alexis, these are Amber's words, begging Amber to get with her girlfriend. I could be wrong here, I could just be thinking out loud, but I don't particularly think that like someone's girlfriend is interested in you, Amby. Can I call you Pookie? So her entire life stream is completely inappropriate. Her lives keep going down, they keep freezing, and she keeps restarting them. This is a person that has been live streaming for the better part of over a decade, and she still has not figured it out. She restarts like multiple streams. I think there's like 3 multiple streams that she restarts, and she literally has to go on her phone and has the audacity to say, my internet is good. Okay, obviously not. Okay, people ask her like, what is your internet provider? She refuses to say. Guys, it's not just the internet provider. It's the problem is when somebody doesn't want to put any effort, they're not going to put in any effort. People are saying like, hey, you get what you pay for on my community page. 100% agree, but this is my opinion. I don't understand how people pay her unless they're talking about it in exchange for a fee. Because even like, I wanted to say, like, the people that genuinely support her, do you understand that she doesn't care about you or her job? Like, you're paying her $10 a month and she's like, well, I would pay for this. This is like white noise. And people are like, we're not going to pay for white noise. Her audience is very upset with her. Okay. And somebody gives a super chat saying, do you have any intentions of answering any questions we have? I joined because I was hoping to hear you talk with us. This is disappointing. She says, I am talking to you. How so? Okay. Would you pay for this? Or would you pay for this? There are large parts of this live stream that she is typing to somebody, okay, on her MacBook and says, well, I have a life that has nothing to do with this. She takes multiple breaks, which I am totally okay with taking a break. I understand that. But she takes multiple breaks and then says something super ominous, and we all should pay attention to this. She says she's never showing her cat or her dog anymore ever again because people are super judgmental and she's not going to show them. What are you hiding? You've already facilitated the running away, or God knows what happened to your cat Rarity. I believe, in my opinion, Amberlynn is totally responsible for the quote running away of Destiny's cat Gracie. So now she's no longer showing Wasabi or Twinkie. I think that may change due to pressure from her audience, but I think it's ominous. What are you doing to your animals that you're saying, oh, well, people are so judgmental, I'm never going to show them again? Judgmental of what? You understand? There must be, listen to what I'm going to tell you right now. There must be something that she's terrified of you seeing. And if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. She's incredibly good-natured, you see, and says the statement, I will leave. I'm here, but I don't have to be. People are paying you. People are literally paying you to interact with them, answer their questions. $10 a month. And I don't care how much money she makes from it. Okay, when you do memberships, you set the amount, right? And you are liable for like providing people just the interactions that they're paying for. What are you paying for? To see her MacBook? How rude is it to not only text other people, but to take time away from your live stream to type on your MacBook? You need to stop having members only live streams and you need to close memberships. You are not putting in any effort, and like going in your computer and typing to some new random girl or to your exes. What's happening is it's disrespectful, okay? Disrespectful. Like, this live is the worst live stream I have ever seen her do as far as like effort. She's not answering a lot of questions there, and she's ignoring people, and she's going after her own members. Like, that is inappropriate. Okay, so it's so ridiculous to me that she was drinking water, of course, during this live stream because she planned it. She said, in advance, like, oh, that's what I'm going to be doing in my live stream. Okay, because why? And then she says something interesting to me. She's like, I am allowed to be sad and allowed to have mental health. Oh, okay. Hans Christian Amberlynn, everybody. And she's like, I don't have to tell you why. Great. These are paying members, okay? They're paying members. They're upset. And I did see people upset, People are asking her, like, do you have like a plan for these live streams? I think the issue is, and she's like, yeah, just to hang out. I think the issue is that the majority of her audience has a negative interest in her. And she gives them, I would like to say that she gives them like the bare minimum, but she gives them way less than like the bare minimum. You understand what I'm saying? So, okay, then she tells us that her next upload is on the 24th. I told you that she was pre-recording her videos. Her only point of doing this break was so that she can get caught up on content. So she didn't take a mental health break. She took a break so she could pre-record all of her videos. Why not just say that? See, the pre-recording is this. She does not want to go ahead and work every day. So she takes a week off, films here and there, and then schedules it out and then has weeks and weeks off. Okay. So the next video, set your calendars every Kermit. The 24th. Okay. So she basically continues to disrespect people, and says very inappropriate things, calls people's names who are paying for the live. She literally says terrible things about the people that are paying for the lives. And this is no way to treat paying members. Honestly, Amber, I genuinely do hope that people reconsider giving like, $10 a month to be name called. Like, that is inappropriate. She, like, she basically looks up something and she's like, oh, I don't want to watch it right now because I don't want to be copyrighted, which is phenomenal since you have given Bottle, Apathetic Facts copyright strikes. You continuously threaten Zachary Michael. She just recently threatened Zachary Michael with a copyright strike, as well as Salty Crab. Isn't it interesting how rules for thee but not for me, right? So you don't want to be copyright struck, Amber. She literally says this in the video. Oh, but I don't want to be copyright strike. Well, honestly, you need to experience the things the way that you like torment other people. Okay, she says that reaction channels and people that dislike her content have ruined her life and ruined the lives of the other people around her. Amber, the reality is, the truth is, you've ruined your own life. Why don't you go and take responsibility for all the terrible things that you've done to make every single girlfriend dump you? None of us were in your personal life. None of us get involved in your personal life. I would never even go to your city. I don't care what you do in your personal life. The audacity to continuously blame reaction channels for your failures in life is wild. And then to say that any reaction channel that has never met the people in your life, and by the way, who are we talking about? One person? Right. Okay. Like, how do we have anything to do with the choices that some girls or some girl that you met in your life makes? Like, that is just wild to me. He continues to say that Zachary Michael is obsessed with her and that is why she blocked Zach. You are the one that is obsessed with Zach because we have recently found out, I haven't even gotten to this yet, that Amberlynn has been continuously messaging Zach even without really getting responses, and you dare say that Zach is obsessed with you. She then says, well, Zach is the one with a YouTube channel. Yeah, that makes great money. I don't know about any of you, but do you think it's an obsession when you care about your work and want to get paid a great paycheck? Amber, in my personal opinion, people talk about you in exchange for a fee, not because they're obsessed with you. And I suspect you know that because you're always angry that people get a good fee in exchange for talking about you. So she continuously says that Zach is obsessed with her. You're obsessed with Zach for messaging Zach over and over and over again. She goes after Salty Crab and says things about Salty Crab that are inappropriate here. You know, it's amazing to me that when Zach says anything to Amber, she goes on the internet and plays victim. Oh, he did this to me. He said this to me. Please help me. But she says very inappropriate things about Salty Crab that are against the TOS. I honestly hope that you get memberships taken away from you, that you're no longer able to do memberships, because listen, Amber, if you think that a members only live stream is a license to say against TOS stuff, it's not. She says that she was nice to Salty Crab. If she was a mean person, she would have just copyright struck her, but she warned her and told her to take down her video. If you don't know, Amber doesn't want anybody using her members only clips. Amber, you yourself post those clips on your public YouTube channel. And I think it's wild that Salty Crab is paying, that's a reaction channel, she's paying for your memberships. And this is how you behave towards another female and another human being. I don't know if y'all want to know a secret, but I'm going to tell you. I think she's threatened by Salty Crab. I think she can't get over the views that girl gets, because Amber don't get no views, and she wants to try to take her down any way she can. This is common sense, all right? This has happened many times before. I saw Amber do the same thing to Apathetic Facts. Amber, one day you will meet the wrong one who will take legal action against you. Then my favorite part of the stream is when she says that people have no lives looking at her mother's Facebook. She says this as she describes herself being at bingo with mommy. Listen, I think it's phenomenal to spend time with your parents, and my advice is spend as much time with your parents as you can, because, you know, at some point you won't be able to. I'm not like disrespecting people spending time with their parents at all, but a woman who literally cannot go anywhere without mommy twice a week and sitting at bingo is telling other people that they have no life for looking at mommy's Facebook. There was this little bit of a controversy where mommy said, you know, get off your phone, posted a meme, and Amber was like tagged in it or responded to it. I could have made a whole video on it. I didn't, because Amber, maybe you should get some help. You're telling other people to get a life while sitting at bingo with mommy, and that's your entire social interaction for the week. Make it make sense, girly pop. Okay, she then says that no matter what she does, people are just like really upset, like no matter what she does. And people like just get so upset. Honestly, nobody cares, okay? You do bad things, you have a negative response. She also says something interesting. She says she has not noticed a change in not posting on YouTube, right? Like it's still like she doesn't feel well emotionally. Amber, you're obsessively watching reaction channels, threatening to strike them down, going on Reddit, and continuing to obsess over yourself and your dramas on the internet. Just because you're not making money currently doesn't mean your mental state will change. If you want a real mental health break, you need to fully unplug. Amber, you say you have such a rich and amazing life, right? Why don't you go out more and, you know, buy a Kermit or something? Because it's so amazing to me that she actually accuses others of having no life. As I said, she constantly talks about her exes. She tells an embarrassing story, which she considers, listen to what I'm going to say. This is not an embarrassing story per se, but she knows it will humiliate the ex that she's talking about. And I think we all can guess who the ex is. She tells a story of an ex drinking so much water and, doing certain unsavory things afterwards and embarrassing herself. And we all know who this is probably about. She then reads out super chats about Beck and Tommy that she doesn't answer. Then why are you accepting super chats? Like, if you're like taking super chats about your exes and people are paying for them, and by the way, they were not invasive, they were not anything outrageous, she will not answer them. People, why do you super chat her for her to just take your money? And she's like, I'm gonna take this $5 and buy me a chicken nugget. Well, excuse me while I play the grand piano. Interesting moment where she keeps saying over and over again that she's so confused by people saying that they do not recognize her without the filters on. Amber, you constantly put filters on all of your social media and, in my opinion, on your videos too. So yeah, when people see you live, they're like confused because they didn't know you had filters on. And I don't know how you could not know that she has filters on, but she lives off of filters. Okay. And by the way, I don't mean like sometimes I say these things and people come in the comments and they're like, I use filters too. No judgment about using filters. I'm not talking about basic filters that enhance. I am talking about filters that make others unrecognizable. So she's like, oh, but I'm so confused about what you're saying. There's another moment where, like, she talks about Beck helping her when she was ill. And she's like, that's like the best thing that Beck has ever done for me. So, continuously helping you in the lavatory, which is what you heard in the beginning of this video, that doesn't make the list. Just helping you when you were ill. Nobody unless a paid caretaker would help you in the lavatory. Ambi in between crying and laughing. She constantly checks her makeup and hair in the camera. This is not your personal FaceTime call. This is a live stream that people are paying $10 a month for. I just do not understand how anyone willingly pays for this when their job is not attached to it, but I digress. She then says that Salty Crab loves it when Amber is in distress or upset, which literally makes no sense. I disagree with that. And more importantly, Amber, the reaction channels are a true mirror to your actions. A true mirror, and that's what you don't like. They mirror back to you what's really going on. Speaking of that, so I have said many times on my channel that Amberlynn is the common denominator. She gets upset at this. Other people have said it too. And says, well, of course, I'm the common denominator in all my relationships because I'm always with myself. Thank you, Hans Christian Amberlynn Baudelaire. Yes, thank you. Can you please stop, Amber? Like, when we say that you are the common denominator, and she mentioned this, she says, well, people say, I've had 10 relationships or whatever. Amber, if you couldn't even keep your current ex, like, it's so weird to me. Like, why did she break it off with you, right? It's very suspicious that everyone runs away from you and then says the same thing, that you manipulate them. So Amber doesn't believe that she's the common denominator. She then reads out Salty Crab's email that she sent to Salty Crab saying, I don't want you to get like a strike on YouTube. You're posting clips behind a paywall. I will copyright strike you if you don't take this down. Riveting. When does the fun start? Like, honestly, one day, Amber, one day you will mess with another channel who will take legal action against you. And when that happens, they'll never let you go legally. And then you'll be signing bad contracts. And I just can't wait to see this happen because I am here to tell you that it is my personal opinion that I don't think Amber can handle this. Like, you're literally threatening people with copyright strikes, but you claim you don't want to get one. So she then answers why she talked about Zach's like ex, like that's coming. Like, she was just like very mean spirited about Zach's ex, and she's like, oh well, I just said like, how would you feel, Zach, in the DM supposedly that like that if your ex did this to you? No, you've said a lot more even publicly. Here's some context to Amberlynn trashing reaction channel Zachary Michael in her live stream. She has been DMing Zach for years, and Zach has asked Amber, please stop DMing me, but she won't. So recently, Zach wasn't even answering her per se, and these are the things that she's been saying about Zach on social media. This is from her Instagram. Zachary Michael's ex-friend started a GoFund to help them leave him, but Zach is perfect, right? Oof, he wanted out of there fast, huh? I get it. Breakups are rough. You got sent home from Wisconsin. Every single person dumped you. Destiny cheated on you. Got someone better ASAP. Beck didn't even interact with you. And your recent ex, like, completely doesn't want to have anything to do with you. Are you actually comparing you constantly being dumped by online randoms to a 7-year relationship? You see, this message, she just so badly wanted to say that, Zach's like ex, like something like you are not just like a deceiver, but you love hurting people. That's who you are. That's why you dare say that other people are like that. This was completely unnecessary and not even true. Why are you attempting to stir the stuff with, Zach? I guess you're bored. Zachary Michael is clearly one step ahead of you. Zach is 2 steps behind me. Zach needs my videos or DMs or drama to upload anything. Zach is getting 100,000 views without even mentioning your name, and you're getting 30,000 views. Please Please wake up and look at reality. If you don't like Zachary Michael, why on earth would you DM Zach? If Zachary Michael doesn't like me, why on earth would Zach base their whole channel and income off me? That's the question we should all be asking. Why don't you answer the question? You don't like Zach and that Zach makes videos about you. You never answered why you keep messaging somebody you don't like. The difference between you and Zach is this. Zach is creating content in exchange for money. You are messaging Zach for free. You block Zachary Michael, but Zach still sees your Insta. Zach doesn't pay your membership, still sees lives. Exactly. It's weird energy. Just leave me alone and stop talking about me, you know? Zach did stop talking about you for a very long time when you were ill. I guess you conveniently decided not to tell your audience that. I wasn't making videos about Amber at that point, but I remember Zach stopping talking about Amber. Also, Zach, again, gets lots of views, not even mentioning you in their videos. What's really weird energy is I paid for your lives and you lied and said that you unblocked me, but you haven't. She's lying. I've tried commenting. Nobody sees my messages because she still is keeping me blocked, and she's lying about that. What else is really weird energy for you, Amber, is that for some reason, you want to take down Salty Crab, but she's also paying for your lives. My point is, even though myself and Salty Crab are paying for her lives, she's still terrible, right, towards us. But why are you bringing up that Zach? Yeah, of course, you're part of Zach's job. Of course, they're going to look up your stuff on another account because it's part of the job. You're doing everything without this being your job and it being for free. That's weird energy. How are you not obsessed with Zachary Michael when you message Zach constantly without Zach responding to you? Zach only stopped responding to me because Zach's audience was getting mad at Zach. Zach literally can't think for themselves. You lost your cat for a random internet girlfriend who dumped you. You facilitated the ending of that cat's existence. And by the way, when I say this, people are like, oh my God, but the cat got adopted. How do you know? Like, yeah, maybe, but maybe the cat is no longer with us. Amber is to blame. Literally, how do people even think the obsession is mutual? Every single video is about you. Exactly. I wouldn't think even 1 second about Zach if it wasn't for the fact that the only reason why Zach makes any money is because of Zach's obsession with me, LMAO. The last thing I'm going to say about this topic is this. I would never talk about her without a fee attached to it. I don't care. I wish her all the best because I wish everybody all the best. But this is just a job. And in my personal opinion, Zach is not obsessed with you, Amber, and just doing it for a fee. That's just what I think. She knows that no one is obsessed with her and wouldn't care if this wasn't a job and is continuing to push a false fake narrative. I just have to say, the thing that she said about Zach's ex-partner is really, really terrible and really shows who you really are. She is listen, this is my feeling on it. She gets really happy. Okay, remember when she said that she feels that Salty Crab gets happy when Amber's in distress? It's the other way around. Amber, gets super happy when Zach is in some kind of distress. I think she watches Zach's life obsessively and hopes that they're in distress. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the vibe that I get, because the things that she has said about Zach's boyfriend and, the person that they were dating in the past is just really inappropriate. Why are you even bringing that up? So then, after checking herself in the mirror numerous times and also telling us that she was diagnosed with BPD and she just used the wrong word, she said it in a confusing way. Yes, everybody, she was diagnosed. I believe you're lying. Everyone around you has said that you were not diagnosed, and better than that, Amber already told us herself. I don't care if you now try to cover and say, well, I said it in a, confusing way. She said that, she fits the criteria. That's what she was told. And then magically, by magic, I love it when magic gets involved, she was diagnosed. Yeah. All right. Well, if you believe that, I have a very large bridge of Kermits to sell you. And with that, she just is like, well, I'm gonna go. That's it. And just logs off. Yeah, log off permanently, girl, and get yourself together before you present absolutely nothing to your paying members. Honestly, if you're not paying for the live, you missed watching her MacBook. So, thoughts, comments, dislikes, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you all so very much for watching today. Really appreciate it. Check out this other video that I've done on a similar topic. That was her members only live. Okay. It's an exciting time to be alive, girls. Honestly, Amber, you are inappropriate. Your live streams are inappropriate, and nobody wants to watch your ceiling and MacBook. I wouldn't even watch it for free. So that's about it for today's video. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.